Greetings everyone, and Greg here for another Advanced Wars Daisy Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on the right side is the blue Gelder, or Lee. We got ari32. Why did I have trouble saying 32? My mind's melted already. So on the left side is the red Mr. Bear. We got PeePeePooPoo. When it comes to these COs, Penny is buff from the cartridge counterpart, does 53, 30, 60, 60. Standard there. Her little bit buff is rather than the default +10/+10, she gets a +15/+15. Additionally, her CO power does make the weather last for 3 turns. I have no idea if that's the same as a cartridge or not, but apparently I've been more and more replays been casting with her, and I think I've been seeing the same sentiment on the Discord server that she's actually a really strong CO. The 3 turns of random weather is actually completely powerful. It may not seem like much, but it is. Because simply put, imagine Sandstorm, you roll Sandstorm. The opponent gets minus 30% firepower during Sandstorm. That, if you think that in case of, say, you get plus 30% firepower for 3 turns, at least the difference, that is actually quite significant. 3 turns of effectively a decent superpower. Or reduce movement speed by 1 for all units, which is a little bit situational in my opinion. A lot of people actually do like that, based on what I've been told in YouTube comments. And Raid makes your opponent's vision down to 1. Sure, you're still affected by Fog of War yourself, but your opponent is completely blind, and this is not a Fog of War map, which means they're not likely going to build flares out, though flares are decent combatists. We're probably not going to see flares, and so Rain is incredibly powerful on non-Fog of War games. It's sort of weird like that, but I think I explained it well enough. And of course, I probably should also mention Lee, who used the artwork from the Valkyria Chronicles 1 for Gelder. He has a standard 53, 30, 60, 60. His CO zone is +10/+10 and plus movement. So any unit that starts the movement within his own, don't worry about that, that's something on my side. From his CO zone, they will get +1 movement. A very powerful ability, but also it's sort of weird. I haven't seen it be like extremely useful, just reasonably useful. I don't know how to describe it. Because also, once you push units off your CO zone, okay, my game's sort of bugged out, but this replay should go fine. You won't get any power charge if they move off, because it pushes units away from CO zone, and thus lose +10/+10. So allows you to get possible good first strikes, unboosted first strikes. If that makes any poor sense. And his superpower is relatively simple. It provides +2 movement rather than +1 movement, but that's also global as well. So, do you like Adder's superpower? Well, here's a Days of Ruin version of Adder. Because you also get the passive +10/+10 for popping a power or superpower as well. So this is literally just Adder's superpower. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. This map is a triple base map. 1 base is neutral, as well as an airport. There's also a meteorite here. I don't think I've seen people destroy it. Additionally, this base has to basically go across the road, across some shores. This map is not great for wheeled vehicles. There's a lot of planes here, and shores are equally as bad as planes, at least when it comes to movement. It has even worse defense stars than planes. Potentially, the sea piles in the corner could be useful in no situation possible. I'm just being stupid as the initial capturing game going on, because this map is quite large, so potentially the high movement, the additional movement capability of Gelder wouldn't be half bad. Penny, once she gets her superpower going, can start changing superpowers, changing from a no random weather map to permanent weather map. Does loop into a CO unit into an infantry unit. And for an infantry unit to help push other infantry units, that's probably not a bad thing. If you see here, 4 tiles away to this next city, so this at least helps this individual unit capture. And if he doesn't want that CO unit load up into an infantry anymore, he can always just delete it. It's He spent quite little on the CO unit. And next turn, here are 3 boosted movements. Though if he also... this one's going capturing. By getting the center of the map there. So yeah, I'm just going to let the capturing game go on. I don't see anything too bad when it comes to capturing game. Sometimes I mention when somebody does a bad movement. Mech pulls back the command squad to push for the mech. And also this unit there. That's interesting. Alright, we got the officer motivating his troops. Very nice. So he's doing a bit of boosting there for mechs to make them actually usable in the game. It's hard to get any sort of value of mechs. Mechs, tanks, and battlecopters all have the same firepower. Just different mobility platforms and fragileness. But this getting them increase the movement speed by 50% is quite nice. We do have an artillery piece here. With the amount of infantry on the field, it could be a good idea for Penny to go for a duster rather than that battlecopter. But we do not have here on the field. Got some initial engagement here. Penny does get some free power charge. Gets an infantry charge too far forward. It's the power charge is a bit more of a threat, not necessarily the value lost, because when Mr. Bear summons weather, it's going to be quite devastating. Some damage there. And now pushing some more mechs forward. This is actually interesting. The +10/+10 is nice, but nothing critical, so the +1 movement speed is his core aspect, and he's doing it. Also got a tank in here for reinforcements as well. And look at here, Penny's also going for a round of mechs in this region, but it is going to be a much slower. Now these tank and anti-air can quickly reinforce on the map. Right now, 21 versus 20. So staying pretty even. Anti-air and tank charging the way forward. Things well does infantry can move first and getting more units in range. Tank, mech, battlecopter, bike. Got double artillery piece here, which is a good way to deal with mechs. Mechs are slow, but the boosted range of mechs still will not make them fast enough to reach the artillery piece. Or would it? Say, artillery piece would range out to here, put a mech here, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, it would be a lot of range him. Sometimes you have to sit down and really think. So the mechs can range artillery piece, but they have to be precise. Speaking of stuff ranging stuff, charges forward with the anti-air. I may need to start slowing down to do a turn-by-turn play. I don't know if charging for anti-air like that. Okay, the tank was able to range it, getting half damage. We'll get repairs, so it'll be a 7 health artillery piece. Engage this anti-air. Mech ready to sprint its way forward as well, so perhaps this tank could target another thing. Let the mech charge forward. They have the same DPS. Or not necessarily DPS, just damage output. No DPS, this is not based on turn or per second. So DPT, damage per turn. Sorry, I amused myself too much. Got some good strikes here from the mechs, seeing the bikes. Tank down here as well. Do have a battlecopter in the region. Anti-air is a little bit behind, but enough to protect the tank. Yeah, more than plenty to protect the tank. I like the battlecopter to range the tank. Mr. Bear's CO power is available in 11 more energy. Possibly she can pop it next turn. There is 15 health there. Won't be able to push this mech into the artillery piece this turn. This artillery piece won't be able to range this tank, but will be able to range that tank that charged forward. Takes out that one there. Going for the command bike. These 9 more damage, it is going to be very easy. So Penny will summon her weather this next turn. Rocket deploy in the field. As those medium tanks, she's going to just tech up. Rockets is something I want to see if you're on defense, not on offense, so hopefully she's not planning to be too aggressive in this region. Probably just try to stable a region, but she has a battlecopter, medium tank, and anti-air. So maybe the rocket's a bad idea. Anti-air mech up here. And there's a CO power. Spawn snow. So now these slow units are even slower. Oh, did they add snow effect with the last update as well? Huh. Nice. And the snow really fell, so snow longer constant. Wait. So longer no actions get applied. Maybe if I turn autoplay. Nope, if the snow goes away, okay, the snow's a little bit bugged. Or yeah, I think the snow effect needs a little bit of work. Good damage there. Now all these units move one less, which can be counteracted by this CO unit. But without the CO zone, these mechs can only move one tile, which is horrible. Snow is particularly useful against mechs. Mr. Bear ends the turn with 99. Gelder starts the turn to 85, 22 in the bank, so he's falling slightly behind, but still difference in day-to-day. This mech needs support of this command unit. This command unit needs to push forward, so it can push the mech forward into the artillery piece. And looks like we'll do that. Good strike on multiple artillery pieces. You'll have 11 health next turn at the current rate. Of course, he is going to fight against plus 15 attack and defense this turn. Get some outline kills there. Battlecopter also charged forward. Got the rocket in range. We got the rockets. Well, that is a quote from the wrong game. That's from Command & Conquer 3. She's at 10 energy right now. Takes the battlecopter, of course. She doesn't have anything to stop the tech of the... Oh, gets a good shot there on the rocket. This tank should be able to take out that tank. Medium tank should be able to get some good work done down here. Lots of good kills there. Good strike. Takes out that tank there. Medium tank takes out the anti-air. Good strike there. Battlecopter. Artillery, infantry. And she's at 10. There's good kills there. There's some outlying units there, getting up to 22 energy now. Our command bike could push forward. Right now, maybe the artillery piece was not a good idea. Artillery pieces are slow. Maybe some light tanks, regular tanks, can help be flown on the field and push forward to engage and be aggressive on this flank. Because right now she does have quite a bit of, or Gelder has quite a bit of advantage down south. Penny not so much. So I think a light tank would have been better, just able to push a bit more aggressively. The medium tank will likely not going to be able to front switch anytime soon. The two tanks over here is going to be useful to help arrange the various stuff, especially when the snow happened. Rocket being put back in the city. Battlecopter, tank, anti-air, tank. The snow has subsided, but Mr. Bear has 40 out of 60 energy, just needs a little bit more damage. I can see actually possibly get another superpower this turn. Got 10, 9, 2, and 4. So that's 25 energy possible. There's 10, there's 14, and there's the superpower. And here comes the rain, and now Gelder is completely blind. Takes the command infantry unit, not a big loss. Probably gonna load up beside the tank or anti-air. Maybe this tank down here. But now Penny can actually be a bit more aggressive on pushing forward with the opponent now being blinded. Battlecopter advancing. And there's the blind. Artillery piece doesn't have vision of this ATR that's in range of the artillery piece. Hopefully does interrupt the capture there. Artillery piece push right forward a little bit. Does pull out a flare, COs the anti-air. Gets trapped. Gains some decent power charge now. Double mech there. Good amount of damage there. Does have some anti-air to deal with the battlecopters. 8 health tank. Penny's assault here actually can be stopped. Got a mech here as well, so maybe pull back the 4 health tank and throw a mech into that tank. Merge. Okay, some great hits there. Elder's making some good progress up here. Does not see the command bike, but doesn't have anything to really range it either way. And now the income is 24 to 22, only a slight advantage for Penny. Command anti-air is out of vision range. Now I can easily take out that battlecopter. Does not take out that infantry unit there. Artillery piece push forward. There's a good shot there. Sees a command tank. Here's the thing as well, focus on the command tank could have been maybe, or command bike, maybe a little bit better to deny the power charge, because right now what's harming Gelder right now is the weather. Though the rain should subside next turn. Got a battlecopter, tank, infantry, bike. Command anti-air does get a good strike there. He does have superpower available, but does lose it. Which could have been quite nice, especially when the rain subsided. And there's more rain. I just realized the rain is also pretty bugged out now as well. Battlecopter, tank, bike. Penny's in turn of 111. Gelder starts to turn of 105, so pretty even. Still day-to-day difference, but feels like Penny's in better position. Though right now down south, Gelder is in very good position. A lot of good hits there. Does get a artillery piece in range of this tank. And looks like the flare, it does have 1 ammo remaining, which can be always parked on top of the city. The thing is, well, with this 1 ammo remaining, there's going to be 2 more turns of rain. Does he want to fire a flare off next turn or the following? That's what he can only do. Anti-air, bike. Takes out that one unit there. Now the command bike can get a lot more power charge. Takes out the command tank there. A lot of anti-air there. Paul needs to CO one of these anti-airs. This anti-air can range both of them. This one cannot, so we'll have to CO on this one. Then able to take out both battlecopters that next turn. Though right now issue is he doesn't have vision of those battlecopters. So yeah, once he gets vision of the battlecopters, I think he should seal this one so he can push forward, and this one is in range of both. Does get a nice recon pass there. Does slow up CO unit there, takes out that one. Artillery moves right there, finish off that one unit. Both battlecopters going down, eliminating quite a bit of threats for Penny up here. Gelder's so it's good progress down here. It looks like Gelder's slowly getting an edge in the game, has 111 versus just 80. And he's starting to fall behind by about a half a turn, I would say. Maybe a full turn at this point. Another battle push for forward, but still got an 80 up here. Battlecop does go down. Penny's making some good headway there. Fully vet medium tank here. Rocket, yeah. Both the rocket and the indirect can't hit this tank. But this light tank can hit it. Then the medium tank can hit it. And let the... Let's see. He does have this flare here. We'll be able to fire a flare down here. Let's see what he does. Feels like Gelder's in a good position. Though right now back down the day-to-day difference. Does not use a flare. Before cast. Before cast eventually doesn't have able range much. Does put that unit down there. Does bring back the CO unit. Of course, unable. Does manage to spot the. Does take it out. Oh, managed to barely survive there. Curious about that. 95, so needed a coin flip in order to take it out, and just didn't get the coin flip. It left out on 1%, so he rolled 4 luck out of 9. So yeah, rolled a little bit unlucky there, but 1 health battlecopter is not going to do much. The weather has decided. Penny has 52 energy. We may see another bit of stormy weather. We got infantry here in the battlecopter. So yeah, she should be able to squeeze out more random weather, or lack of random. Snow. So the flare doesn't have to worry, it can be used as a mobile gun platform now. But of course, be a bit more of a slower mobile gun platform. Slowing down this advance here, because we've got slow unit, and slow unit. Now even slower. All the weather is pretty devastating, honestly. Two health battlecopter takes on 1 health battlecopter. Rocket's good strike there. Starting to run low on ammo, has only 1 shot left, so an APC's maybe in order. I'll get on top of city one of these turns. Anti-air artillery mech. Answer of 100,000. Penny will start the turn with 83. Gets a great strike there on the rocket, effectively knocking it out. But Penny's now really starting to push forward. I mentioned beforehand the medium tank and the rocket were both slow, but right now he is on the defense, fighting against 2 factories versus 1 with some air support. All he needs to do is basically knock out this anti-air, then just have to worry about this anti-air, then get some good mobility. There's some room he can make some good work with. But right now it feels like Geld is starting to fall behind a little bit. Medium tank will like to go down next turn. Artillery piece here goes for anti-tank. He's going to really dig in. Artillery or anti-tanks are slow, but they do hit hard, and they can take a punch as well. They're the unit. If you really want to hold the line, that's the unit. Rocket does get finished off there. A lot of these guys are going to go down to the agile tank. Anti-air does finish off the medium tank as well. We've still actually got 2 despicable neutral properties up there. We got also now a battlecopter. Mech, bike, tank. And it's turn for 116. Gelder starts a turn for 85, so he's starting to fall behind by about a turn or 2. Anti-tank in a good position. It will lock down this advance. There's not any infantry to take it out. Anti-air. There's balling plus forces, and the weather has subsided, and Penny only has 8 energy right now, so probably won't see any random weather anytime soon. Gelder is almost out of his superpower, which plus 2 movement range could be quite nice, but he doesn't have anything to really utilize it down south. And got a decent amount of infantry there, starting to threaten all these properties. He does have capture, so I think maybe a little bit too slow at the moment. He could try moving on to this city next turn. And he does have a bit of counterattack going up there. Has a decent amount of tanks, but he's going to be fighting against a good number of mechs. Tank, battlecopter, space skip, and another tank. Superpower is available, but nothing really exploited at the moment. Bomber. I was not expecting bombers. He's going to try to stabilize the region with a bomber. Add plus 2 movement, so it's able to range this mech. Nope, able to reach to right here. Got some units heading down south here. Would be able to range the anti-air on top of the HQ, but of course it's a fully vetted anti-air on top of an HQ. He would get plus 10% attack and defense. It just looks seemingly not looking good for Gelder. Pops the superpower. Let's see how he does. Oh, that mech sprinted across the land. Oh, the plus 2 movement range being a bit more effective than expected. Does range the anti-air. Does take only at half out. Mech gets a good strike there. Takes out that unit. Panicking some CO charge. Great strikes across the line. Maybe better to range the command bike. Does get a good shot there. Heading up north, trying to capture those properties. That's maybe exactly what needs to get back in the game. Let's see how Penny does, because he did charge, which means maybe overextension. He did end a turn of 113 with 4,000 in bank versus 99 for day-to-day. And did not take the command bike, and now got a superpower, and now rain. Now he is blind. Tank battlecopter. Now we do have an HQ cap going. Does range the anti-tank. He's going to need to use this bomber to hit that mech. If he doesn't, he is game over. But he doesn't really have anything to follow up on that as well. That will do 1 point of damage. We'll be able to perhaps range more stuff over here. And tank as well, since this artillery piece charged forward, it can't get hit by the anti-tank because it's out of vision range because of the rain. Does manage to capture one of these properties. Makes some good headways up north. He's also fighting against +15/+15 this turn. Goes for another bomber. He has a lot of momentum up here and trying to stop the bleeding down here of bombers. You know what's funny as well? If Penny would have rolled Sandstorm, this bomber may have not done enough damage to stop the capture there because it's getting -30% firepower. Now it's Gregor's turn. And he's going to need to send a lot down to this infantry there. Mech is trapped there. That was going to be expected. But if he would have pushed for the tank on the city, he could have got it. Does completely stop the capture. He had to completely wipe it out this turn. And he did. And here does get a good strike. So I'm going to make some good progress up here. Tank, tank, and tank. And Gregor's at 50 out of 60 energy, so possibly he can pop a superpower next turn. With the amount of damage now on the CO unit, probably should pop it out if, or just get killed off. And now Gregor doesn't have too much here to actually engage with, and plus the vision range is still an issue. Losing some stuff down south. Artillery piece is a good position, but the problem is vision. And this tank is vulnerable, but not really because vision. Yeah, this is why I actually highly rate rain from Penny. If Mr. Bear summons rain, everything just gets... You are crippled, you are blinded. Does get trapped there. Got lucky, didn't get trapped. Not sure how much he remembers when it comes to his turn. It's one of those things where gets trapped there when it could have been a great shot. Does not get trapped there. Gets trapped there. So many good opportunities denied by rain. Battlecopter, infantry, anti-air, mech. And server 101, Penny has 89, so it's back down day to day, but feels like Penny's in excellent position. And rain has subsided. I saw 50 more energy and there's plenty of targets. But looks like Mr. Bear won't be able to summon more weather today. Lots of damage on those air forces down south, and also large number of parts are starting to be flipped as well. 27 versus 21. ABC deployed on the field, or rig. T-Copter's at 33 fuel. And Gregor has resigned. But that weather was brutal. I'm always surprised. Is Penny unlike an S rank seal? I think she's usually been usually highly rated as very low, but now it just seems like she's actually almost S tier because now people understand her better. They're saying great, saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.